survive this thing. If somebody watched the chat for me, I would appreciate that. So welcome everybody. Week 9 of this class. It just seems like it's a snowball. It just keeps building and rolling and getting faster and faster and faster. Somebody watched and speaking of that, we got snow today. I'm so glad I'm working from home today. I didn't have to get out and drive in it. My wife said where she gets onto Minersville Highway, she slid right through a stop sign and just barely dodged a few cars. So I am happy to be right here at home today. So let's get started. Let me share my screen. Whoops, that's not the button. Share my screen, that one right there. Seeing my slides with that applause, Tony, I'll take that as an affirmative. Okay. So again, welcome everybody. Great to see you. If you forgot who your instructor was, here's our pretty faces again. Matt's the prettiest. That beard just keeps growing and getting fuller and lusher. And he's 6'7", so I'm wondering when it's going to like hit the floor. It's going to take a while, but I'd be love to see it. How's everyone doing? How's your journey going? You guys doing all right? Anybody have any successes they want to share or aha moments or anything good fun?
I had to turn my sound on. I've been doing my project because our quarter ended today. Ooh. And I get new kids next week, so I won't really have a lot of time to implement that project before it's due. So right. I've been reworking an old project or an old unit and adding a lot of technology and stuff. And the kids, I've had several kids today said, wow, I didn't know you could do that with Google Sheets and Google Slides. And I love that. I'm going to do that on. And one student said, I just got an A on a book report because I did it on Google Slides and I used all your little cool techniques that you taught us. So that was really fun.
Excellent. Isn't that great? I love that's why you're in teaching, is for moments like that. So that's great. Thanks, Tanya, for sharing that. Anybody else? All right. It's going to be probably a short meeting today. Not a lot of stuff going on, just you've got time to work on those projects and your portfolios, things like that. I appreciate this quote. Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. We're all doing the best we can and doing what we can, and if you're trying your best, the best will happen for you. So let's jump right in and take a look at our element spotlight. I probably didn't hit the computer audio button, so I'm going to stop my screen share, check that box, and share again. All right, seeing that? We're good? Okay, thank you, Tony. Here we go. So the one I picked is Intensity and Enthusiasm by Catherine Ross from Jordan District. I'll go full screen if I can. Oh, yes. Oh, no, you're not hearing it.
Who was born in 7.
Today I'm
going to talk about Mozart. Mozart was a composer who was born in 1756 in a small town in Austria. His father is a composer, a musician, and got Mozart into music at a very young age.
Hello, my name is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I was born on January 27, 1756 in a small country called Austria. No, not Australia. My dad was a great musician and a composer. That's somebody who writes music. So I was in a very musical family from a very young age. I knew how to play the piano, organ, and viola by the time I was 6. As you know, I compose music as well. You're actually listening to something that I wrote. So, there's not a lot of people that can compare to my musical genius. But sometimes I often get compared to people from the Beatles. Do you know who the Beatles are? Well, I'm definitely biased. I'm the greatest musician of all time. So my element was number 29, demonstrating intensity and enthusiasm and making explicit connections. It's very important to hook and engage your students, especially during lessons that you need to just get done. So one easy way to do that is to have enthusiasm for the topic, whether it's real or fake. I always say teachers are the best actors. And to make explicit connection to their lives. One example that I have when I teach ukulele is I let students request songs that they need to learn as long as they're school appropriate. So it makes them more involved in their learning. I remember one of my middle school teachers, math teachers, dressing up like Pythagoras from Pythagorean theorem. And so I've remembered that a squared plus b squared equals c squared for, my whole life. I've remembered that just because my math teacher had enthusiasm for that topic. So I think it's very important. So go forth and have enthusiasm.
Love that one. Is Catherine with us? Was that TikTok she used, or what was the app she used for the?
I use Snapchat.
Snapchat, okay. Snapchat. I need a lesson. I need to know how to do that. A filter like that is much easier than going out and buying the wig and the costume and everything like that. That was fantastic. All right, moving on. I couldn't pick just one.
Today we're going to talk.
So here's a bonus one for you this week. They're short, they're bite-sized, they're tasty. Jimmy, you got a question? I see your hand up. Oh, okay. Was that a clap? Okay, there we go. So the next one is Jennifer Tribe from Granite about humor. Make sure I get the audio.
So what do we call a computer superhero? A screensaver. So why was 6 scared of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. So yes, I am doing the part under element 29 of using humor in the classroom. Humor has found to really help kids in the classroom. It's supported by research, and it does work. I'm a special ed teacher, so it's like I get my kids for a very short period of time every day, and things can sometimes be a little intense with the instruction. And I have grades K through 3, so it's like they get so much in their gen ed classrooms, and then I am directly instructing them, and it's intense, and we're trying to get progress, but I have had a lot of success at using humor. I'm going to give you a quick example. This past year, I have a group of 3rd grade boys. They're also English language learners, and just having the worst time remembering the TH digraph and what sound it makes. And so they came in one time, and I told the kid, "Hey, Lorenzo, look at this." And they just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so I had them make little cards, and they went back and did it to their regular teachers. And I tell you what, 3 months later, these kids have not forgotten the sound that TH makes. I love humor. I use it. Try not to use it too much so the kids get too used to it, but love humor in the classroom.
Well done. Appreciate that. Link is there and also on the Zoom seminar page to go and check them all out on Flipgrid. There's 8 or 9 of them. They're great. All well done this week. Really appreciate that. And just another word on your text element presentations. They were all due last week, but it looks like we're still missing a few here and there. We realize, again, life happens, things going on, but they were all due last week. Just please try to make sure you get them submitted when you can. If you need help with Flipgrid, don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor, or if you recognize a classmate in one of those videos, they did a great job. I'm sure they wouldn't mind you reaching out and asking them for a little bit of help on that. And just for your reference, there's the link to the text element sign-up sheet to make sure that you've signed one up, you're accounted for, and we know that the spots are covered. All right. Any questions on text element presentations or comments or anything before we move on to this week?
Clint, nothing's showing up in the chat. Sorry.
No, don't need to be sorry. I'm just practicing my wait time. Okay. So this week, again, pretty light week as far as new work goes. We do have a reading this week on Chapter 8, Recognizing Levels of Adherence to Rules and Procedures. Covers elements 33 through 35, demonstrating witness, applying consequences for lack of adherence, and acknowledging adherence to rules. Not the funnest topics, but hopefully the humor and engagement videos will keep you going. The discussion topic this week is an interesting one, though. Teaching and learning technology with English and foreign language instructions. Basically, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of systems like Utah Compose and others that automatically generate, evaluate, and provide feedback on written text, on students' writing. What are the good things? What are the bad things? What do you wish they did? What don't they do well? Et cetera, like that. Again, we want you to have that initial posted by Sunday, and all responses and everything for the week due next Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. And again, no new assignments this week. Got the smiley face with the sunglasses down there. Hopefully someone has, again, done that little online portfolio review for you. That was extra credit. The peer review doc is there. So if you got some feedback, take a look at that, make some adjustments if needed, and then use the time this week to work on those technology integration projects and to start polishing up those portfolios for submission in weeks 11 and 12. That's it for the week. Are there any questions, comments on what's going on this week? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up. Brandon, are you doing next week for us?
I'm not done yet.
Hey,
I'm not done yet. We've got a few things still to talk about. But
oh, I apologize.
okay.
I just wanted to say, thinking about this week, there's going to be a lot of us at the USEC conference. Maybe just a little review, Brandon, of maybe tips that we learned or things maybe from next week, something like that might be kind of helpful.
For sure.
Fun, yeah. We'll show and tell next best things that you saw at USEC. I love that. So again, remember to leave us a note for your element Flipgrid. That was due week 8. Just let us know if and when you finish that for us. If you've not done any portfolios review and you'd like to do one, take a look at that portfolio review document, scroll on down to see if there's anyone without any feedback, and then take a minute and look through their portfolio and let them know what you think. And one issue we always see with those portfolios, make sure you try to open it up in what's called an incognito window, just in Chrome. Say new incognito window and open up your portfolio, and just make sure that like your Google Documents and slides and things like that are all visible to anybody. When you're building your site with Google, everything works and looks fine because you own all the documents. But if they're not shared correctly, there'll be issues with anyone that's trying to view that. So try that out. If you need help with fixing those permissions, again, reach out to us. And then just some bullet points on your final online portfolio. That'll include your video of your teaching philosophy, artifacts from your technology integration project, student work, photos, things like that. The assignments that we built in weeks 3, 4 through 8, whatever those were, your hyperdocs, your posters, things like that. A reflection, pick one of those assignments or projects and then share some reflection on that. And then your learning transformation statement, that'll be a video addressing how your perception of your instruction is transformed during this class, whether you're using things from that we've covered directly in this class or not. And then if you want to include anything else, not required, but if you want to make it truly a portfolio for yourself that you can use going forward, feel free to include a resume, an about me page, lesson samples, whatever you want in there. Again, not required, but nice things to have in an online portfolio. Any questions on that? Anything come up in the chat, Tony?
Second, yes, Clint. Does it need to be an artifact in the portfolio, or should it be just the whole tech integration project, plans and all?
That's not what the assignment says.
Okay.
I don't believe. If someone can jump to week 12 and look at that, I thought I went there and kind of summarized what we had there. If you do include the whole project, that's fine, not a big deal. But I think requirements like minimum requirements are just some of those artifacts. I might be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong. So I'll let somebody check on that while any other questions before I've got just a few more review things to cover and then we'll be good. Okay, jump in if anyone looks at and if I'm wrong on the requirements for the project. So here's looking
Carol
ahead.
gave a thumb up. I think Carol gave a thumb up that was right. So and she's nodding.
Okay.
So I think we're right.
Good deal. All right. Again, planning for weeks. There will be no live seminar week 12. We're going to combine. We're going to do we're going to do live Carol on the 11th.
She's saying
Sorry,
yes.
I think Clint can't see me, but Tony can. So yes, we will be live on the 11th,
Okay.
but I will cover week
Cover
11
both.
and week 12.
Yep.
So you'll just watch the video recording again for week 12, or if you attended live, you're fine.
Or watch
So we
it
won't
live.
do a week 12. It'll just be part of week 11.
Yeah, week
Just to
12.
clarify,
we
Carol,
don't wanna-
that's doing it on the 24th for week 11 and 12, not on the 11th.
Right. There won't be anything new on the 31st. We'll just talk about weeks 11 and 12 together on the 24th. So if you're dragging your feet on your element presentations for week 12, you need to have it done by the 24th. So, or before that, so you got a chance to be spotlighted. Again, our class ends on April 6th. Everything needs to be submitted, 100% completion by midnight, just before midnight that night. And again, you've got the next month to work on your TIP, your technology integration project, and your portfolio. Revise this week. Next week is work on your portfolio and your project. Week 11, your technology projects due. Week 12, your portfolios due. That's it. That'll be the whole enchilada. Questions on that? And again, we'll be talking to you next week and reminding you of the same stuff. So.
Clint, nothing in the chat, but boy, the mention of enchiladas sure has made me hungry at dinner time.
I apologize. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Hey, Clint.
Yeah.
I realize that you're going to meet after this with your other people, but I do want to talk to you about my technology integration project sometime.
I'm open all day tomorrow.
Okay,
So if you want
we'll do
to
that.
give me a call, shoot me an email, whatever. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yep, you bet. And again, we may have mentioned once or twice that we've got some conferences coming up. USET is next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Still time to register. I'm so excited. 2.5 months ago, I thought, are we even going to be able to have a conference in person? And now we've got over 1,200 people that are going to be there in person. We're getting close to 100 virtual attendees. The sessions look amazing. That we have a lot of vendors there to go and visit and to learn from. I'm just excited for it. It's going to be great. Rural Schools Conference is coming up in July 6th through 8th. That'll be back here in Cedar City at Southern Utah University. Please consider presenting. If you present, you get the whole 2.5-day conference admission for free. And if you're in this area, it's a wonderful conference. It's really great. And if you do submit a presentation, Brandon and I'll make sure that we get you in. The registration, the page is there. What's that?
Opens on Wednesday.
Oh, it'll open Wednesday. The
I
registration.
worked on it yesterday, so opening next week.
Okay. Yeah. So the link to the URSA website is there. You can start to register next Wednesday. Great conference. Looking forward to
It
that.
is. And let me just share, if you come, I have an SUU education t-shirt for you. So email me and say, Tony, I'm going to be there. I need a size XXX and I will get you a t-shirt or whatever size you need. Okay.
I might take you up on that off.
Please do.
And then some other smaller conferences we have coming up, smaller in size, but same in quality. EdCamp CUT in Richfield, Central Utah, April 29th, registration still open. Totally free to attend that one. We'll feed you breakfast, we'll feed you lunch, lots of swag, and have some great conversations. That'll be at Red Hills Middle School in Richfield. I'll be working with Brandon to get that one going. And then Carol, do you want to talk about your Davis conference there?
Yes, so save the date for our R&R conference in June. A new thing this year that we haven't done before is the evening social event that will happen the night before at the Catalyst Center. If you want to see a really cool building that we just built, it's
I've
a
heard
magnet high
so many good things
school.
about that place.
It's a magnet high school, but it's all set up for the types of CTE things that are hard to get at every high school, right? Because they're super expensive. So it's a really cool place. So that will be kind of a fun event. And then the 23rd and 24th will be the actual classes and stuff for the conference. So
Okay.
hope you can come.
So are you extending an invitation to non-Davis folks?
Yes, there will be
Okay.
an amount. Obviously, Davis people will take priority.
Of course.
But yes, there will be an amount of outside that can come. So yeah, if you want to come, don't hesitate. We'll make sure we can get you in if we can.
All right. Yeah, reach out to Carol if you are interested in that.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions on those two? Or any conferences?
I just sent a message. Do you think, I'm trying to get everything all in, but is it okay if someone will send a link to all these conferences so you can just click and register and check it all out?
So the slides on the Zoom page, those links are all there. So if it's under that register link right there, if I click that, that will take me right to the EdCamp registration page. So those links, if I have them, I've included them. They're live in the seminar or in the slides for the week. Same with the USET ones and the URSA ones. Those links are live. Good question. Finish line is near. You guys have almost made it. It's going to be here before you know it. Again, I apologize for being so slow on feedback. I finally got my folks some feedback on their technology plans this week. If you do have questions that you need addressed, call or text me, send me an email, and I will stop what I'm doing and take a look for you. But again, my energies and and focus are kind of on the USEC conference right now. So after that, I have like nothing on my calendar. I will get all caught up and get some feedback, well before we're done with the class. So one more important little tip. We're springing ahead this weekend. Don't forget to destroy your clocks when you lose that extra hour of sleep. And so that's it. Thanks, everybody. If you do have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, unmute your mics, or if you don't have any questions, we're done. So thanks so much. Okay, and Brandon's good for next week, right? Okay. And let's see, I'm gonna stop.
Wear green next week. St. Patrick's Day. We got